Hey guys, this is Vidas and welcome to another training. Today is a very special All Souls Sunday, and I'm going to teach you how to harmonize and maybe even do a little bit of improvisation on the introit for the funeral mass, Requiem Aeternam. It's a wonderful Gregorian chant introit in the mode of 6, and we're going to see original notation like this. You see, it will be very, very fun and pleasant to do. But before we do that, let me look at the organ that we have here. That's Clavicle organ 1871, Philharmonie in Haarlem, sample set by Svelling. And for starters, let's use these stops for the right hand part, melody and strings, and viola and voix celeste, and maybe flutes 16, contrabass and flutes 8. That would be fun, right? All right. So, are you ready to look at the harmonization and original notation of Gregorian chant on 4 lines? Welcome Dawn in the live chat. Who else is watching it live? Say hello in the live chat, and that will be very fun to interact. All right. Without further ado, let's look at the score and let's figure out what we have to do. Requiem Aeternam, dona eis Domine, et lux perpetua luceat eis. Yeah, that is intro. And then there is a psalm. Te decet hymnus Deus in Sion, et tibi redetur votum in Jerusalem. Exaudi orationem meam, a te omnis caro veniet. And then repeat Requiem Aeternam again. Antiphon, intro. Let me play it for you. You can follow the general direction of the tune itself, right? It doesn't have exact meter, exact rhythms. It has a little approximations, right? I've done a little bit of series of tutorials how to accompany Gregorian chant, by the way, if you want to dig into the archives of Learn with Vidas streams, you will find it there. But let me demonstrate what I'm talking about. Okay, 6 mode, the first note and the last note is F, so it's basically the mode of F. Today we would say F major, but in earlier days it was the 6 mode, sort of like Ionian mode, a little bit similar to the major minor system, but not the same. All right, keep looking at the score and I'll demonstrate it for you right now. What do you think? Could you follow the score? Could you follow the lines? That was basically very simple harmonization, not easy but simple, which I will explain right now how it works. Okay, if you have questions in the live chat, please let me know. So, if we are looking at 4 lines, right? The first line, the first note is F, but how do I know that? Because on the 4th line, on the upper line, there is a little sign which indicates the C clef. So on the upper line, there is C, middle C. Then there is below 3rd line A, and the 2nd line F, and the first line D. We have D. Do we have D? No, we don't even have D in this chant at all. So basically, it's the lowest note is F, right? And the highest note is what? C. C. It's basically a very simple chant going from F to C. Obviously, when you are accompanying a schola cantorum, they might be singing at a different pitch level because their range is different or might be different. They might be singing higher or lower. Not everyone is comfortable singing up to C, or they want to sing lower, right? Or let's say they could prefer to do it in E flat major mode, right? So a whole tone lower, that's fine, but you just transpose it. But the sound would still remain similar to the note of F, except it's built from another pitch, obviously. So, what chords do I use? Let me show you the keyboards. I use all of the chords that are easy to use. Major root position chord, major first inversion chord in the right hand part, major second inversion chord, minor root position chord, minor first inversion chord, minor second inversion chord, right? Sometimes if we want to go into more spicy sounds, I could use things like this. Instead of a third, I could play a second, right? Or this way, right? Instead of this, I could play this or this, right? Obviously, I could play this too, or this. So basically, everything works as long as it is in F major area with one finger. But since we have discovered that this tune doesn't have the note E, I could easily play either E in the left hand part or E flat. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? For example, in any given line, I could play basically the note E. Let me play it with E, and you will see how it sounds. Like this. You see? Very, very, very nice sound, because it's basically F major in today's terms. But it doesn't have dominant, tonic, subdominant chords as we would have in major or minor tonality, right? Therefore, it's the mode of F, but we would call it Ionian in today's terms. Ionian from the note F sounds like F major, but it doesn't have chordal relationship between tonic and dominant and subdominant anymore, right? It's older than tonic and dominant. It comes from Middle Ages actually, or even earlier, from ancient Greece. So if I play it with E instead of E flat, right? In the left hand part, all the chords or some of the chords, it's one feeling, right? But imagine I would play it with not this, but this. Look, E flat. And by the way, you can see in the pedals, I only play F, the note F. Very, very simple, tonic, or the main foundation note. It's just one pedal point, right? But already with E flat changes color instead of this. But both work splendidly in modern organ playing. We're not talking about 19th century harmonization here, like Dubois would do, or César Franck would harmonize, or beginning of the 20th century even, right? In France, where they were quite rigid about the tonal progressions and chordal sequences, right? Now we could simply play this chord in the left hand part. This is second inversion chord, minor, right? And we could simply harmonize the scale with it, up and down. That's one of the possibilities. Up and down, stepwise motion. The pedals always sound nice if you play the F, right? Or C, like this. And nicely, it sounds nice because sometimes, like here, we have dominant 7th chord sound, major minor 7th chord, so to say. Here we have a minor 4-2 chord. This is root position major chord. Oh, this is what it is. This is 11th chord. This is minor first inversion chord. And this, what it is here, it's 11th chord. And it's 6-5. 6-4 chord, major 6-4 chord. So if we keep playing parallel for 6-4 chords over the bass note, F or C, or any other F major scale note, I could play D in the pedals, or G. Yeah, this is maybe a further step than you are comfortable right now. But if you have two feet, right, left foot on the note F and right foot on the note C, right here, and you can switch between them. Look what happens. This is F in the pedals. And now C. And now F. It's still beautiful, just 2 notes in the pedals. Anybody can do it, even beginners. And if you have more skill with the feet, you can use 3 notes. F, C, and maybe B flat, okay? Or any other note, let's say B flat. So imagine this. F, B flat, C, and F. You see, without much virtuosic skills, you can create amazingly modern sounds by juxtaposing 3-note chords in the left hand part over the long pedal points, right? F's, B flat, and C, or G. Yeah, I could demonstrate with G, but you get the idea probably. So that's one of the chords that you could use in the left hand part. 6/4 chord, right? What about this chord, first inversion chord, or a 6 chord? Try to harmonize the scale like this. And downward. Holding the long note F in the pedals. Like this. Yeah, it sounds nice. Also, one note about the range of the left hand part. Left hand part, imagine it is like a tenor voice. Tenors cannot sing comfortably below tenor C, right? And above treble G, this octave and a fifth, or a 12th, as we could call it. That's the comfortable range for the tenors, and in our case, comfortable range for the left hand part. So if you keep harmonizing and you hit G, then you have to go back. Yeah. And you keep playing this. If you are comfortable with this already, you can invent some skips. Maybe not jumps, but skips. Not necessarily stepwise motion in the left hand part, but maybe a skip of a third here and there. Like this. It's still a 6 chord here and there. Another skip. Downward skip, another skip, maybe up, down. Yeah, be a little free with this, right? And once you get used to this idea, you can simply play even different chords like this, right? Or this. Or this. We haven't talked about this, but 2/4, CF, F, B flat. If we keep going up a scale, it's beautiful. Quartal harmonies. I'm not saying you cannot go higher. You could go higher. but then you hit crossings with the right hand part. Maybe your right hand part then can play one octave higher for the psalm episode, for the middle episode of the chant. That's the hymnus Deus in Sion, right? But I probably would play it on a different manual to keep it varied or registration. And sometimes I add extra two voices in the right hand part, two notes. So I sometimes play a fourth below the main note, sometimes a third, and sometimes even a second, like this. Yeah, you create all kinds unpredictable like this harmonies. You can keep holding the F or D in the pedals. Or you can keep playing without the pedals in the middle part, right? Easy. And for recapitulation, instead of playing the right hand part here, you will play Requiem, one octave higher. Then it sounds really, really amazing. And you could be free to use sometimes E, sometimes E flat, like here. Changing color. You could even end on the first manual if you want, right? Like this. So all kinds of creative solutions are available in order to harmonize this Requiem Aeternam and actually turn it into a little improvisation by this, by expanding it and making it a little bit like a meditation. I created actually meditation. If you want to check it out, my own version, in the description of this video, I have the link available to the one of the meditations on this tune, Requiem Aeternam. And yeah, you could see what I did there too, with the same kind of harmonies, same kind of tune, Requiem Aeternam. But every time I create, it's a little bit different, with different feeling and flavor, right? So maybe you will get inspired as well. So before we end this, I hope this has been useful to you. Let me play it different now this time. Let me end this tutorial by being a little more adventurous with the tune itself and the right hand part and the form. Up to now, I just Basically, what I played was harmonization of the tune itself. My left hand might have played some colorful harmonies on the bass line of the pedals, long pedal point, right? But the right hand part only played the tune. What if I would use the breathing points between the lines, right? Requiem Aeternam, and here is the invisible bar line, right? Where I could breathe. And at that moment, I can create another interlude, like an interlude, which could be repeated or not one phrase later after tona A is dominant, another. So this way I could expand our meditation by creating interludes, or I don't know, some people call it ostinato figures, if you keep doing them exactly as you did before. But what I'm thinking about is my right hand part could jump to the third manual with a little different registration. Let me show you the registration on the Maris. No, probably not Wahoo Man. And not on the Mars. Maybe this way, yeah? I could play some interludes also in the mode of F, also in the mode of F, sometimes with E, sometimes with E flat. With E flat, by the way, it's no longer Ionian mode, but that's what we call Mixolydian mode. Similar to major, but lower 7th scale degree, right? With E flat, but starting and ending on F. So our parting improvisation, harmonization / meditation on the tune of Requiem Aeternam today might be useful to you right now. Enjoy. Let me show you the score. What do you think? Could it work in a real liturgical setting, or even a concert or a playing for some other people if you want? This could work actually for any other tune that is written in Gregorian chant tradition, or not even Gregorian chant, hymnals, yeah, folk tunes, melodies, anthems, all kinds of beautiful creations, as long as they are non-modulating in the middle. Some hymn tunes are modulating in the middle, and then you have to switch to another mode in the middle, in that area. But as long as it's in one color, you can create beautiful arrangements and harmonizations using just the notes of that mode. So that was what it was, Requiem Aeternam, right? Our tutorial for today, beautiful All Souls Sunday today. Hopefully you were inspired, and I was inspired, definitely, playing for you, teaching. And thank you so much for your support, your donations, chats, super chats, super thanks, and PayPal donations, virtual coffee memberships. Everything is greatly appreciated, and Tosha and I really are happy to provide you with beautiful music every day of the week, and even longer tutorials and live streams on weekends, on Friday and Sunday. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and click the bell, notification bell, so that you wouldn't miss any of my future streams, tutorials, and videos that are posted on this Secrets of Organ Playing channel. Thank you so much, and with Dawn we will go now to another training for our total organist community. That's the last page of the second movement of the first trio sonata by Johann Sebastian Bach. This is trio sonata training, and we've been doing this for a number of weeks now. We mastered part 1, and now today this will be the last page of part 2, and next week we'll start part 3 of E flat major trio sonata. It's fun. If you are curious, join Total Organist community as well. Thank you so much again, and remember, when you practice, miracles happen.